Being nicer to them.
Just say ADN.
Yeah, I'm going to say ADN. I'm going to call it Antique Daily News anymore. That's not nice. There's a lot of people that this paper employs. A lot of families are fed by this paper, and I want it to succeed. I do. I truly do. I want it to continue to be a profitable business so that people can have jobs.
Having said that. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you. If you go to page A3, and we talk about issues. What's going to make the state better? The natural gas pipeline is, without a doubt, number one. That is the plum at the top of the plum tree. If we can pluck that one, all the rest, I think, will fall into place. I honestly, truly believe that. If we can just get that gas line off paper and into the dirt, this state is going to see things that it's never seen, even back in the oil boom days. But we get that one done, and all the other things will kind of fall into place. That's why I love Bill Walker, who will be on the show tomorrow.
Ah, very good.
But Ralph Samuels. And pay attention, too, to the people that are really supporting him. Mm-hmm. Pay attention to the media people, especially, that are just in love with this guy. And ask yourself, who else do they love? Who else have they backed? Who else are they looking out for? It's important that you do that. The way to judge a man a lot of times is not by the friends he has, it's by the enemies he makes. I'm very proud to say there's a lot of douchebags that don't like me. That makes me feel good. That means I'm doing something right.
Oh, yeah.
People that I don't have a lot of respect for.
Yeah.
They hate my guts. Great.
I got them.
If you have douchebags that are your buddies,
you're doing something right.
If they're your friends, there's a good chance you might be a douchebag too.
Yeah.
So you can learn a lot by the people that don't like you.
Right, exactly.
And listen,
if you don't really think about them and they obsess over
you win.
I mean, you win because you live inside their head.
Correct. Now, Ralph Samuels, I don't know him as a man, as a person. He might be a very nice person. I don't know. But I think his heart is in the wrong place when it comes for running this state. In my personal opinion, he seems like another pro-oil and gas guy all the way. Bend over, grab your ankles, whatever they want, they should get. We should be thankful they're here.
Yeah, and again, I don't think it's an issue of anti or pro. It goes to, okay, you're not in their pocket, you are their pocket.
Correct. And listen, I'm pro-oil and gas, too.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
I love them.
We're not anti.
No, but we're pro-Alaska.
We're pro-Alaska.
And we'd like to find a balance.
That's right.
I think ACES found a balance.
Absolutely.
I think it's working.
Absolutely.
And the Slick Six that are opposing it.
Oh, jeez.
And you know what's funny is? All they want to do is roll back the taxes. Mm-hmm. They don't ask for anything else.
Nope.
Well, one guy did. And what I think is funny is it got a little tiny blurb in the paper today. And we'll talk about that today, too.
All right.
Representative Craig Johnson. I like him.
Oh, okay.
Good guy.
Oh, yeah, but still, I'll dispute that myself.
That's fine.
But that's all right.
Candidate for Governor Ralph Samuels is calling for a halt to a television ad featuring Governor Sean Parnell that's being aired by a nonprofit advocating group against domestic violence and sexual assault.
Yeah, how dare he?
The Samuels campaign wrote a letter on Friday to Parnell's campaign manager, Michelle Toohey, complaining that the ad, and he said that Channel 2 pulled it from broadcast after hearing Samuels' concerns. What? That's not good enough. Samuels' campaign wants the ad scrubbed from any other stations as well. While this is an important message for Alaskans, using Governor Parnell, a declared candidate for election, in a contested GOP primary as a television spokesman raises serious questions about whether these ads constitute a political use of television airtime. What?
Yep.
Pull the ad. Pull the ad. Forget, I mean, yeah, okay. I think it's funny as they try and cover their bases by saying, oh, it's an important issue, but pull the ad anyway. Because it's got Sean Parnell on it, and he's running for, he's still the governor, dude.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
They're public service announcements.
The Samuels campaign argued the ad could represent an improper in-kind contribution to Parnell by the Alaska Network on Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault. He also wants Parnell to give them $600 to pay for what the ad would have cost.
Then why don't you pony up $600 and make your own damn ad?
I know it. Really? Don't you think that would be a smarter decision? You know what? I agree with Governor Sean Parnell, and I'm going to make my own ads against domestic assault and sexual assault.
Let me tell you something about Ralph Samuels. When he ran for the House, he ran on a singular issue. Unfortunately for him and his family, his brother was killed by a drunk driver.
Awful.
He ran on that issue, and he got elected. How would he react if he were in a public service announcement or a spot against drunk driving
and
he can't
Parnell,
be in it.
And Parnell said, hey, pull that ad.
Yeah.
That ad is political. He's running for governor. He can't be on that ad.
Right.
I find it hard to believe.
Is he allowed to support mothers against drunk driving? No, then. Then by his logic, he's not.
Nope.
Even though his brother was killed by a drunk.
Now, here's what I think is great. Keep in mind, Ralph Samuels said, pull that ad. I don't want that ad running. It's not fair.
Who are you?
Well, guess what Bill Walker said? So what?
Yeah.
Bill Walker's campaign manager said Monday that the Alaska Network on Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault has been doing great work in educating the public. Quoting here, Mr. Samuels and his campaign appear to be more concerned with scoring political points than working to address the growing epidemic of violence against women in Alaska, said Walker's campaign manager, Taylor Bickford. Amen. Good for you. I think that's great. These are the things that you need to hold on to. Okay? Alaska leads the country in domestic abuse. We lead the country in sexual assaults. We're number one. That's bad. So a public service message is airing that happens to have our governor.
And you know the story about that. His grandfather, Sean Parnell's grandfather, was an abusive alcoholic.
Correct.
So, see, by the same logic, Samuels, you can't ever do.
Well, at least not while you're running.
No. Or as governor.
Or as governor. I think it's great that Bill Walker has the sense to look at this issue and say, what? You're kidding me.
Yeah. This is what you're concerned.
Let's focus on the issue
about
here,
the
man.
Work that those people do.
Right.
To bring awareness of this scourge against Alaska.
What a slap in the face, isn't it, to the domestic violence and sexual assault, for that network? I'd rather have that ad pulled, says Ralph Samuels' campaign, than, God forbid, have anybody think Sean Parnell's against sexual assault and domestic violence. That's not fair.
Right.
And you're right. Pony up the $600, right? You got the money. Buy your own ads.
No, he's got the money.
Buy your own ads.
The fat guy down the hallway gave him $500.
Well, there you go.
Cash.
There you go.
He could have his other patrons give him $100 more.
And I know, but that's not fair. Sean Parnell got those. He didn't have to pay for those ads. Really?
Yeah.
It's not an ad for Sean Parnell, dude.
If he was the governor, they would ask Ralph Samuels to be in the ad.
Of course. Could you imagine if the Mothers Against Drunk Driving wanted Ralph Samuels to do an ad and he, did my brother was killed by a drunk driver?
No, sorry, you can't do it. And somebody said you can't.
He does the ad.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah, and then someone says, "No, you got to pull that, man."
Yeah.
That ain't fair. How do you think that would make him feel?
Like crap.
Hold on. To that moment, today, who's talking issues? Who's talking about moving the state forward? Guys like Bill Walker. And who's being petty and small-minded? I'm just saying. Don't let these things slide, because it's important. Character matters. Do you want a guy that is more concerned about scoring political points than getting a message out there that Alaskan real men choose respect? That's what the ads are. It's about being a real man and respecting. Not hitting your wife, not hitting your girlfriend, not getting, S-faced and acting like an idiot. No. You got to pull that message, man, because that's unfair. That's sad. And you know what? Hey, call us and tell us where we're missing the mark. Seriously, where are we wrong on this one? I think it's more important that we focus on actually getting the state, more jobs, creating a future for our kids and our grandkids. Making it so that when our kids graduate high school, they stay here because they have an opportunity to build a career and raise a family.